As a big fan of black sneakers and Jordan 1s with a black base, this shoe is delicious. Jordan 1 Low OG Shadow. Now the shoe is dropping on May 10th for $140. It also shock dropped like a few months ago when they did a sneakers live preview session where they shock dropped like 3 Jordan 1s, the green glow, the team red or artisanal red that it's known now, and then this shoe. So in a market where Jordan 1s are everywhere, they shock dropped 3 Jordan 1s. And of course the Shadows is an OG colorway. It originally appeared on the high version of the Jordan 1 in 1985, came out for a price of $64.99, so $65. It was one of the most expensive sneakers back then, so Jordan Brand's always been in the upper echelon of sneakers. We first wore the Jordan 1 Shadow and low tops in 2015. First impressions of the shoe, I love it. Look at the colorway. Just absolutely great. I really like this type of color blocking where you have the black base and then another color on the toe box as well as the heel. That's probably like my favorite type of color blocking on Jordan 1s. I'm just a black sneaker lover, and this gray is just so subtle, so sleek. It's got this kind of nighttime look to it. Oh, I love this. And I think I'm just gonna say it right now, just from off the top of my head, the low OGs that I have reviewed, I think this is probably my favorite one. I do. And this type of simplicity and sleekness, it just fits everything I look for in a very casual sneaker. Oh, I love these. In the upper of the shoe, it is completely leather. And the leather on the black parts, just like the black toes as well as the UNC to Chicago's, does feel kind of thin, but it's super soft. You can see like the wrinkles and the texture of the leather. And one good thing about having very soft leather on those parts of the shoe is that out of the box, the shoe doesn't require much break-in time, just very soft, ready to go. The parts on the toe box as well as the swoosh, just pretty standard leather. That is not as soft, doesn't have quite the same texture. So overall the materials on the upper, it is pretty standard for recent Jordan 1 Low OGs. And moving on to the tongue, pretty standard Jordan 1 nylon tongue. You see Nike Air branding on the top. And this shoe also does come with one extra set of gray laces. And out of the two, I think I still stick with black. But both these colors on the shoe, or technically shades, just look so nice. I think the gray laces work as well, but if it was up to me, I'd probably go with the black laces. And sticking to this area of the shoe, the low OGs, it has 7 eyelets. Compare that to the 85 cut of the Jordan 1 lows, like on the metallic navy that came out earlier this year. That has 8 eyelets. Travis Scott low OGs, those get special treatment, so those also come with 8 eyelets as well. And one difference between the OG and the Jordan 1 Low non-OG is the tongue. So on this version of the shoe, the tongue is much more subdued. It's not as like protruding, and it also doesn't have the Jumpman on the tongue. And then you see on the booty of the shoe, the non-OG version of the Jordan 1 Low has the Wings logo on the heel counter instead of the heel. And recently I've only kind of been buying the Jordan 1 Low OGs or the 85 cuts. Don't really go for non-OGs anymore. I just think that tongue sticks out a bit too much. Just don't really love it. And all the nice colorways are coming out in the OG version of the shoe. And the Jordan 1 Low does come with a rubber cup sole with a Nike Air unit on the heel. And that's it. Very minimal technology. And I'm glad to say the sole of the shoe, it is white. It's not sail for no reason. Unlike the 2015 version with sail, the shoe did not need sail at all. And I'm glad they didn't just stick it on this shoe. And of course the Jordan 1 rubber outsole, this concentric circle pattern. Very iconic, legendary. You know this outsole by now. In the insole of the shoe, it is not a polyurethane insole. It is not Dreamcell that comes with a lot of Jordan Brand shoes. It is just these. Probably the worst and most cheapest version of the insoles that Jordan Brand offers. For a shoe in the Jordan 1s that's already not very comfortable, it's not exactly known to be a super comfortable shoe. I wish they would just default to like really good insoles. Not good. And the box of the shoe, a standard Jordan 1 Nike box. And in terms of sizing and comfort, I'm a wide footer. For Jordan 1 lows, I go true to size. You could argue if you don't have wide feet, you could go down half a size. The padding around the ankles is very minimal, so it's pretty thin. So this part kind of feels naked. So if you don't have wide feet, you could consider going down half a size. I have wide feet. If I went down half a size, the toe box and the arch area, because I'm a flat footer as well, it would really kill my feet. So I go true to size, and I think it fits pretty well. And in terms of the overall comfort of the shoe, it's just not the best. It's pretty average. It's very flat to the ground. The rubber cup sole is very old. And the rubber cup sole, if you didn't know, compared to a lot of like modern day technology, it's just more stiff, less responsive, it's more rigid. It's pretty durable though, but in terms of like overall comfort, it is just not the best. The insoles are not very good. The padding around the ankles is just not as much as the Jordan 1 highs, so I don't love that. But this silhouette is just so nice. It's just such a wearable, casual sneaker. You can sacrifice a little bit of comfort for how the shoe looks. And that brings the total sole score of the Jordan 1 Low OG Shadows to 30 out of 40. Pretty good score compared to other general releases. Now in terms of colorway, it is one of my favorites. It is just so sleek. I love black sneakers, and you can't go wrong with gray as the other color. Gray, black, and just white, no sail on the sole. It's just nearly perfect. The only colorways that I would consider over this are like the UNCs, which I love, the Bread, or like the Chicago, that's just so classic and timeless. Yeah, this is right up there though. Really right up there. And in terms of the materials, I think like a lot of low OGs recently, the black parts just feels very nice. It's kind of thin, but it just feels so soft. It just breaks in really easily. But apart from that, the leather's not like anything crazy or premium. It's pretty standard, exactly what you would expect for a Jordan 1 Low in 2024. And in terms of the comfort, not a very comfortable shoe, casual use, you'll get by, but it's very flat to the ground. The technology is not really all there, you can't really feel it at all. The padding aside isn't that great, just compared to the high version of the shoe. I think that's better well padded, so if you're looking for something like super comfortable, these ain't it for you. But for like walking around looking good, this will do. And then in terms of the versatility of the shoe, the low version of the Jordan 1, you could argue for like the mass public, general public, people that don't really care about sneakers, you could argue this is more versatile. I think low-cut sneakers are objectively more wearable, so this is a very timeless and just classic shoe. And in terms of the wearability of the colorway, can't go wrong. I think objectively white sneakers or like a white base sneaker is maybe more wearable, but this black and gray and white, and those are the three shades that they use, it's hard to get more versatile than this. This is such a wearable shoe. This is the type of Jordan 1s that we need right now. Super simple, but it still has a little bit more significance than like a new random general release with the OG Shadow colorway, of course. And it's just something that has great mass appeal, but it also appeals to like people that follow the sneaker industry very closely. It's just a nice shoe all around. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Sole Inclined. Let me know what you think of the Air Jordan 1 Low OG Shadow. Like, subscribe, comment, all the good stuff. And remember, tomorrow may never come, so wear your shoes.